Hello, today we will recap a romantic thriller movie, in which a psycho nun hugs and tortures her young student. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel for more such amazing recaps. Spoilers ahead, chill out, and enjoy. The story begins with Jason, a young boy who enjoys music. Jason is making a video about his decision to attend a convent school. He is well known on the internet for his songs. Then we see a mysterious lady use an object to kill someone and then place the body in the trunk of a car. She later dresses up as a nun. Jason and his hot sister Zoe return to school after their vacation. Their parents drop them off, and Rebecca, their principal, greets them. Then we see that a girl named Sarah, Zoe's assigned roommate, has feelings for Jason. Later, Rebecca meets a new nun who has recently arrived at the school. She's the previous mystery lady we saw at the start. Laura is her real name, but she has stolen Sophia's identity. Rebecca takes her on a tour of the facility. While Sophia meets Jason, she learns that she will be Jason's class teacher. Then Rebecca shows Sophia around her room. Sophia moves into her room and hides the suitcase belonging to the real Sophia under the bed. She then watches a video of Jason performing one of his songs while kissing the laptop's display. This suggests that Sophia knew Jason and had come to the school with a malicious intent. Meanwhile, Jason settles into his room before going to the common room to play his guitar, where Sophia notices him and approaches him for a brief chat. Sophia walks into class the next day and notices Jason talking with Sarah. Sophia grows envious and she moves Sarah to the front of the class. Just as the class is about to begin, Zoe reminds Sophia of the morning prayer. Sophia was new to the morning prayer thing. As a result, she requests that Zoe lead the prayer. Zoe is also perplexed by everything. After the class, Jason approaches Sophia and apologizes for what happened in class. She forgives him and, suspiciously, inquires about Sarah. She asks if Sarah is his girlfriend, to which Jason replies, no. The next day, she interrupts Sarah and Jason as they share a passionate kiss. She requests Jason to leave for class, so that she can handle Sarah. She threatens to suspend her, but Sarah's father is a big donor to the school, so the suspension is the least of her worries. Sophia then invites Jason to her room after class to meet him. She leaves her room door open on purpose and begins changing her dress, at which point Jason comes over there, and he secretly observes Sophia changing her dress and her beautiful body. But he controls his hormones and eventually leaves without meeting Sophia. Sophia smiles as she sees Jason walk away, knowing that her plan worked. The students begin to leave for home as the weekend approaches. When she sees Jason and Sarah exchange a friendly hug before parting ways, Sophia becomes envious. Just then, Sister Rebecca approaches her. She informs Sister Rebecca that her Aunt Frances has been unwell, and she would like to visit her, so that she can leave the school as well. Things are tense at home. Zoe is a bookworm, whereas Jason prefers to take a year off from school to focus on his music career. Jason's decision strains his already strained relationship with his father. His father prefers that he go to college, so that he does not become a starving artist. Jason is irritated by his father's lack of confidence in him, so he skips dinner to play music by the pool. Sophia also secretly hears Jason singing the song. Then Sarah calls Jason, and Sophia becomes enraged. After a few days, she storms into Sarah's room and leaves after secretly placing the drugs there. The next day in class, she catches Sarah by having the students open their books to a specific page. Sarah is reported to Father Macy, and Sister Rebecca, who immediately suspends her. But Sophie wants more from this situation, suggests they look through the students' rooms. During the inspection, a bottle of liquor is also discovered in Jason's room. Father Macy and Sister Rebecca both want to suspend him, but Sophia requests Sister Rebecca to forgive Jason, so that he can spend the weekend in school, and help other sisters with school grounds maintenance. We are now shown flashbacks of Laura, Sophia's real name, falling in love with Jason. In fact, Sophia fell in love with Jason the moment his music video was shared on social media. She learned from the school's website that a nun by the name of Sophia was set to transfer there. Laura then met the real Sophia. After some conversation, she distracted her and hit her on the head. Laura then buried her body before stealing her car and clothes and impersonating Sophia. She later dresses up as a nun. Back to present, Jason informs his sister Zoe that he must spend the weekend at school and that Sophia has saved his life by getting him out of trouble. Zoe, who is wary of Sophia, says she will also stay for the weekend. Then we see Sophia attempting to seduce Jason while assisting him with planning work. Sophia sneaks into Jason's room during the night. She begins removing her clothes, then starts kissing Jason. Jason dislikes it at first because Sophia was his teacher and a nun. But he was also a young boy, who also wants to hug someone, so he can't stop himself and Sophia's seduction wins. They eventually hug each other, which Sophia secretly records. Jason is distracted and filled with guilt the next day. Zoe is concerned about her brother as well. Then, in the morning, we see Sophia enter Jason's room again. She begins to smell his clothes and imagines him hugging her. As Zoe enters his room to find him, she notices Sophia smelling Jason's clothes. Sophia threatened to report her to Father Macy for being in the boys' hostel. Later that day, Sophia asks Zoe to stay after class to give her a history paper on which she has failed. Zoe, a good student with consistently high grades, is surprised. Sophia pretends to be worried about Zoe's college admission and invites her to meet with her after school to retake her paper. Sophia, on the other hand, leaves the answer key on top of her desk. When Zoe enters the classroom, she notices the answer key on the table and gives it a quick glance. As Sophia enters the room, she accuses Zoe of attempting to cheat on the exam. Jason is going to confession because his guilt is so heavy, but he is unaware that Sophia is following him. He receives another hug from her after she corners him in the booth. After a few days, Sarah throws a party at her home and invites Jason as well. Stalker Sophia, who is parked across the street, keeps an eye on him as he leaves for the party. When Jason shows up, eager for a few drinks, they both start to drink excessively. She takes him inside to hug him. However, Jason is distracted and leaves. When Sarah chases after him, she notices that her car has been vandalized. Jason is attempting to unwind by casually walking down the street with a bottle of beer in his hand. But he is pulled over by a cop and is about to be arrested, but Sophia suddenly comes there and saves him. Jason is concerned about driving home drunk. Sophia seizes the opportunity to take him back to her room, promising to help him in getting sober. After reaching her room, Sophia tries to seduce Jason once more. Jason then informs her that their actions are wrong. Sophia then tells him that she wishes to spend the rest of her life with him, and that she has enough money to live happily ever after. Jason finds it strange hearing Sophia and scolds her angrily, saying he doesn't want to be with her, and he leaves. Jason calls his sister Zoe and asks her to pick him up, but his father overhears and goes in search of him. He finds him and apologizes for not believing in his dreams and goals. The next morning, when it's time to drop off at school, Zoe notices a car speeding away. When she examines the license plate, she realizes it belongs to real sister Sophia. When Jason returns to his hostel room, he discovers Sophia unconscious on his bed, next to a bottle of pills. She gives him a kiss in exchange for his CPR attempt. She lied in order to test Jason's feelings for her. Jason has a breakdown and threatens to report her. However, she has an advantage because Jason has a poor reputation with the administration. Then she teases and tortures him by touching his snake. Zoe calls Jason to ask about Sophia. Jason then says he'll tell her everything later. Jason leads the class in morning prayer one morning at Sophia's request. Sister Rebecca stands by the door, watching Sophia fail to say the prayer. Sarah returns to school, and Sophia once again feels threatened. So she tells Jason to stay after class to convince him that they are a good match. Jason ends the conversation and leaves to see Sarah. That evening, Sophia approaches Sarah in the shower. In the bathroom, she assaults and murders her. Then she cleans up all evidence of an attack. Just then, Zoe enters the shower and finds dead body of Sarah. While the school is grieving, Jason confronts Sophia. She shows him their hugging video, which makes Jason even more concerned about his reputation. Sophia misinforms Sister Rebecca once more, claiming that she has to miss school to attend her Aunt Frances' funeral. The same evening, Sophia appears at the same restaurant where Jason is having dinner with his family. Jason's parents graciously invite her to dinner despite his protests, which makes the kids feel very uneasy. Later, when Sister Rebecca calls the hospital, she learns that Sophia had lied about her aunt. Sophia panics the next day when Sister Rebecca summons her to the office for questioning. When Sister Rebecca begins questioning her about her aunt, she attacks her and knocks her out, fearing that her secret will soon be revealed. Jason and Zoe break into Sophia's room to gather evidence to frame her. They discover that Sophia is Laura and that her laptop contains Jason images. They rush to Rebecca's office to file a report, but she is nowhere to be found. Jason and Zoe go to the chapel to look for Sister Rebecca, and Sophia also comes there. Sophia tries to convince Jason to accompany her as the two siblings criticize her actions, but Jason refuses. He then addresses her by her real name, Laura. He then accuses her of being a psychotic stalker who deserves to be locked up. Sophia went berserk, hitting Zoe in the back of the head with a candlestick because she couldn't believe Jason didn't love her. When Jason tried to subdue her, Sophia kneed him in the crotch, declaring that she is tired of everyone attempting to keep her and Jason apart, and coldly confessed to killing Sarah. Sister Rebecca arrives just in time and attempts to divert her attention. Jason stabs Sophia with a screwdriver after a long struggle, ending her life and saving all of them. So this is the story of the film Bad Sister, released in 2015. If you like the story, then do watch the full film, and if you want to watch more such amazing recaps, then do subscribe to our channel. See you in the next recap.